Hello, greetings, my lovely friends. It's a long time I haven't done any podcast, amateur podcast as I call it. Didn't continue. Many of you know I moved, so now I'm starting to work with internet again, and I wish to touch a topic that is not very common. It's not very spoken about, is not very usual, but for me it's kind of very important to mention it in this time now, as most of us, we deal with the dark energies and we have to come out from them. We have to cut the cords. I have been talking about my stopping the addictions, about coming out from addictions, about dealing with dark entities, and still we try to make a huge healing right now in these times of darkness, I call it. So it's a very common for many people that they become to the limit, to the point where they really feel to stop with the darkness, to play with the darkness, let's say, because the game is starting to be really kind of dangerous and even a little dark. It can suck you in this deep dark. So I wish to talk about a thing which is called chakras, and in concrete I would like to mention chakras removal. Well, many of you probably know what chakras mean. We have 7 chakras. It's a Indian, let's say, system, old ancient system of energy points. We put to each chakra a certain color and vibration, certain symbol, and we mostly work with them. So to open them, to clean them, to refill them, and yeah, it feels like okay, that can help me. But I think till certain moment this can be the way. But since little child, I have been always having difficulty with things that are not clear, really. Like some things which they were really difficult for me to understand. They were difficult for me to take, to absorb, to say, okay, I can imagine this. So all these things, with the time, I came to conclusion that they're not maybe real. Maybe they are just dogmas which we learn. So now we can see that the round Earth and man landing on the moon, this is just maybe not really how it looks like. We question that shape of the Earth and that position of the Earth in the universe. As a child, I have been thinking infinite dark universe, and the stars are like thousand millions of years far away from us. How can I see them? I mean, I cannot even see 500 meters. How could I see stars so far? They would have to be super big. I don't know. And shining, so many things they're not really resonating with you. So focus on them and try to see your own truth in them. We might be not really right, all of us, but we can meet in certain point of the different views, and we can put the puzzle together. Instead of, if we follow dogma, we don't evolve, we don't continue in the evolution, we stuck, because we all receive that we are coming from monkeys or from Adam and Eve and from the ribs, and we just live with that dogma without questioning it, and we can't imagine that we should be monkeys, or that the man would be the rib, or that's things like you question that. So for you, maybe there is some other theory which could be nearer, closer to you, which you resonate with. So I have also my theories. And what was this chakra system doing with me? This theory was that I could not even receive that like real. I had really big problem since beginning to visualize them. Like I didn't know exactly where the center should be, um, why this color, you know. So I learned how to use them, how to feel them, how to see them, how to recharge them with energies and colors. And of course I learned this, but I never really have resonated with that idea of 7 points in the body somewhere, you know. What I have to say, uh, for me it looks like a little bit as I do massages also, so I have experience in the human body. Then when I make massage, but because I can feel it energetically, I stop on places where they are tattooed, and those spots with tattoos, they're like having too much energy there. It's like energy stuck, especially when you have a round tattoo. This is like you know that the energy flow is not there. Too much energy, too much attention put it in one point. There is scars, so it's like the, you know, very uh, different, energetically different point on the body when you have a tattoo. And in the end, chakras for me uh, was feeling, or was, you know, mentally I analyzed them, it could be the same. uh, we are concentrated on certain spots on our body and closing and concentrating the energy there, so the energy is not open, is not flowing, is not, you know, is centered, right? There's becoming a part in your life, a period when you can just not go on. You have all clean up and you know, evolve in that learning and programs changing and stuff like that, and suddenly you either like that feel some blockage, like you cannot continue, like the energy is not flowing, the life energy, life force life is stucking, blocking you from actions and from real realization of yourself. There is like a lot of issues. What I found out on the internet was this chakra removal story. First, I didn't know what is it about, and it was looking weird for me because during that years I, of course, accepted that theory of chakras, and it was like, okay, now I will clean my chakra and fill it up with energy, and I'm gonna be better. But the same things repeating, nothing is really getting better, and the continuous chakra cleaning is like not really uh, effective, right? And when I found this thema, it was kind of a mystery for me. I could not find any reference of it. And now I slowly found out that many people are starting to do the chakra removal. What it means? Basically, it means to cancel your chakras, to disconnect them from you, which for me, because I heard it from the mouth of a person, which could be a little bit dark, let's say, mm, I was a little bit suspicious. I was like, oh, maybe this is evil thing, maybe, you know, I'm not sure if this is really good for me. Isn't it something dark? So I was a little bit afraid first, but and then I was in the same time curious, and this theory that um, this is really like we are closing the energy inside of certain points and concentrating the energy in them. It felt the same like this tattoo when I do the massage. So you make the nice picture, but it concentrate all your energy in it, so the energy cannot flow around your body because you concentrate all here. So there's becoming these blocks and stacks. And for me, the picture was the same. Um, then the other thing what I learned, that exactly because of this is like teaching of dark entities. They are feeded by this. So what happens? Do you remember the film of Matrix when they have these plugs? And first time I saw Matrix, I just concentrate. Also, I get like, oh, this is the exact points of chakras. When you look the first movie, I think my favorite. So you can see that this is exactly the points where the chakra is supposed to be. And what happened there? There was these cables, and they plug him to come out from the matrix. So this is actually the thing which is keeping us in the matrix. Of yes, you have chakra, you must like put the energy in it. And what it really happens, that to this point there are like plugged stock another entities, dark entities. It can be aliens, it can be demons, it can be whatever you imagine, whatever you think, you feel that you deal with. But it's thing that you don't even know that you deal with them. I did many times like exorcism and cleaning from demons and shield from the dark entities. And I wasn't, aware, except of my own demons, which I carry with me all my life. Um, I wasn't aware about something which would suck my energy. I wasn't like, I felt really sucked of powers and energies, but like uh, middle aged woman, like normal, tired from life and tired from living and from doing things, and this common tiredness. So I suppose that was like, okay, I'm carry all alone, of course I'm tired. I wasn't thinking that it could be have to do something with these chakras. So actually I did this chakra removal. Normally you can do it by yourself, or you need another person to do that maybe is who is experiencing that chakra removal. As I got experiences with that, I can do it for you. It's very easy, and in the next video, if there is some interest, I can explain how to do that. So I did it, and it felt really weird. First, I was very afraid. I said, wow, what I will do, now I lose my chakras, what will happen? Maybe I just, will do the contrary, cause the contrary, that I attract these dark entities, or what is that? As I did it, so my experience from the last chakra removal afterwards, and when I was up in the upper chakras, I went from down. You can go exactly opposite. So I went into the reform down, and when I was on the upper chakras, I start to see different entities. It was like, and I coincidentally heard about it from another channel. And just now I have seen it, so I felt that I have to make this video. I have seen it on photos, like there is an alien, there is some Pleiadian, and there is this entity which is like the holy, bug, how you call that, with these big eyes. We call them horses here. They have these big eyes and this small mouth, and this I saw, and I was first like, wow, what's that? Big black eyes, and I feel like that's going away, like disappearing. Like it just appeared in front of me, and I wasn't sure what that is. And then I see this picture, and I said, wow, this is it. Like something in between alien, big eyes, and this back. And first was this, then I see many kind of demons, horns, uh, a lot of darkness. I have been seeing, and it was really like, wow. If you would get scared from it, I think you can get really bad. But because I was prepared for this and I did this work many times, I'm not afraid from the dark. So I just was observing it, and that was really um, wow. And I have to say, I feel like that was now for me in the life there was 7 years of kind of darkness. Like I had to go down through my darkness and clean up everything, uh, go again up from the bottom, and it was like really hard time when I was kind of feeling disconnected from myself. I had no more flying dreams or lucid dreams, and I'm really good in dreams and really sensitive on them, and I'm really like connected to the spirit when I do the cards. So I do the massages, I can feel, I can hear things. So I'm telepathic. So I have this obviously these talents, and somehow this years last 7 years or more I didn't feel really the connection. Sometimes, once a time I felt something, I had some experience, but it was not so um, strong, let's say. And what I had many times in these 7 years, so as I knew to fly in the lucid dreams to certain places, the last years, especially since 2013, when I felt manipulated on distance and stuff like that, I felt in this lucid dreaming when that someone is like grabbing me by the feet and leading me, and mostly it was like downwards, downstairs, right? So they were like sucking me and bringing me down in the down tunnels and other stuff, which I would like maybe to make another video about these things for people they are especially interested in that. Uh, so I felt anytime I was lucid dreaming, I felt this grabbing, this you know tiding back, and this was for me scary. I didn't want, like, once I let myself go, sometimes I let it, but mostly it was really dark and I didn't want to go there. So I wake up, but wake up like from shock. I lost all the connection. What happened this day when I made, before to sleep, I made this chakra removal. So after this coming through the seeing all these dark entities, they appeared. Uh, I had a strong dream, which was finished in lucid dreaming, flying dream, and I was flying, and something again, like usual, grabbed me by the feet, some power, some force, and started to lead me uh, downwards again. But now suddenly I was like having the power to stop it, and through that, um, um, not accept that, yeah, and lead myself where I wanted. I go where I wanted, and I come back into the sleeping body and wake up quietly. This was like a change in my mind, like switch, which I wasn't able to do. Um, wasn't able to manipulate it. Sometimes yes, but since that grabbing, which became more and more like normal and usual, I couldn't anymore. So I just woke up. This time I finished my mission, which was nothing special, but I think it was just to see that I have the power over that, not any other entities or beings. So this time, when I woke up, I felt really powerful. I felt really like something really uh, huge came out from me, right? Like I really felt literally like some entities displucked from my centers. There was no more this concentration of the energy. They could not suck from that. They could not be connected to this and suck energy. It was dissolved. And what happens by the chakra removal, that you are becoming like your aura opens. This is not all concentrated on the in the points. It's just flowing, the energy is flowing. So you have to remove chakra, all these nadis, all this let's say sujet, this scheme of how it should be, the scheme which was probably created by other entities to have the power over us, to manipulate us. So I start to see this whole issue of yogis and chakras balancing and stuff like that a little bit differently. It's for me very difficult to uh, describe the places in the body different way than chakras, right? But they're not like centers now. They are not centered, right? Because what happens anywhere where you have a lot of energy, there comes white good energy, there comes the dark entities to suck that good energy, right? So more bright you are, more dark you attract, kind of, yeah. Because let's say example, the vampires, they feed with that energy from other people, so you attract them, right? So that's why you have to have protection, and that's why it's very important not to give them a chance to have a concentration of energy and to take from that from you. So what happened for me energetically, so something really dissolved, I really became lighter, I really became like in my mind completely out from that theory. I said like, okay, I'm free of that theory which was like squeezing me, kind of, which I was not okay with and which was not for me effective to work with. And really it liberated my mind in more senses. um, just you stop to think this way, you stop to think about them, and for you they are not existing anymore. So it was like wash out all that theory, right? Like if you are atheist and you wash out this Adam Eve story because you don't believe that man comes from rape, or if you are, I don't know, believing in any god and you don't like the theory which is we are coming from monkeys, just get out of that. Don't live by a theory you don't agree with. Your heart doesn't resonate. Your soul knows what is the truth, so it will tell you there is something wrong. I don't think it's this way, right? So go out from that, because all of these, it's kind of uh, dogmas which are here, religious dogmas which are here to manipulate us, right? Through that religious dogmas, we are getting manipulated by the entities which they gain a power over us. So if you're Buddhist, or if you're Christian, or if you're Darwinist, there is, always uh, the ones which they feed from you because you use this theory, right? So I have to say, in the end, like chakra removal for me was very beneficial, and also in the general level, I feel like my life uh, start to move on. I was very stuck in my self confidence, self expression, and about work and about money, and nothing was really flowing, and everything was stuck. I could not really do what I like, and now I started to do that, and it was just like flowing, right? Like somehow the energy is going higher by itself. It's not big deal, it's not a fight anymore, it's not super heaviness, somehow it's all coming naturally and it's flowing. So I feel really much more open. And that's how it should be, right? We should not be concentrating on points. We should be open, that the energy flows and connects, right? So that's what I want to say about the chakra removal technique, that it's really like a liberation and freedom from all what is above you, right? And even if you are not convinced that there is something what manipulates you or what sucks you out from energy, you would be surprised how many creatures, how to call it, you feed, right? Because we are not alone in the universe at all, and we are not only one dimensional, so there's many dimensions which you probably can't see. You can feel them, but you cannot analyze, you cannot understand them. So I recommend you to look into it, to find an informations about that if you like to know more about chakras removal, and to not hesitate on to ask me for to make a session for you. It's really easy. I will explain you the basic. You can do it alone. I can assist you as a guardian there. We make protection, and I can allow you and I can facilitate you to come through that process very easily, and not to have to deal with that darkness too much. So I empower you to do that if you want to be free and to be like rising up in the spiritual level, if you want to go towards the awakening and bring your soul to the freedom, which means the happiness, I think, and this infinite love. So just do it. So that's a tema, probably a little bit controversial for someone, something new, but I hope I could give you the most about this. And I'm looking forward to another video. Please share, please like, please subscribe, that I can get more views and reach more people with my skills. Visit my pages, invite your friends, enjoy of my services which I'm doing, and I'm very happy from that. Thanks to all the friends and all the women that they have been in my tarot session. It's really amazing and powerful, and I want to thank you for this. And let's spread it. Let's help the most people I can. So thank you for sharing. Peace and love. Take care. Bye.